It has its meaning. Not like the non-Muslims. They're Sharia, they're Minhaj. Freedom to these people means she has the right to walk in the street with skimpy clothes. No clothes. It's freezing outside. And she's waiting to get into the club with no clothes on, and you drive by her and you can see she's drunk and she's cold, but she's free. That's freedom. That's not freedom in our deen. That's not Sharia of Islam. That's not the minhaj of freedom in Islam. So when you go overboard in love, you make yourself lowly, dhaleel. I'll give you an example of this story that comes to us in the book of Allah Azza wa Jal, and the story of Yusuf, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Allah Ta'ala mentioned in Surah Yusuf, وَقَالَ نِسْوَةٌ فِي الْمَدِينَةِ امْرَأَةُ الْعَزِيزِ تُرَاوِدُ فَتَاهَا عَنْ نَفْسِهِ قَدْ شَغَفَهَا حُبًّا إِنَّا لَنَرَاهَا لَفِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. The wife of the Aziz, the women of the city, they said, the wife of the Aziz, the wife of the minister, she tried to seduce her servant from his true self. Verily, she loves him tremendously, and we see her in manifest error. That's an ayat of the Quran, a story everyone is familiar with, aware of. Now look, bear with me for a minute. Many of us come from countries that we have servants, we have drivers, we have people who come, they iron our clothes, they cook our food, they take care of their children. You know the movie Slumdog Millionaire. When I went to India, to my surprise, there are really slumdog people there. Muslims look at them like that. I was with a group of Muslims. He drove up, he pulled up to a group of people for a calling card. The guy gave him the calling card, the slumdog. And the Muslim didn't have the respect and the decency to give him the money. He just threw it on the floor like that. And it started going in the wind. And the guy was running for the money in the street with the rickshaws and everything else. You have real people like that. Now you imagine, someone like that comes to your house to iron your clothes, and your mother or your sister has a relationship with that individual. That's an aib. That's an aib. This is similar to the story with Yusuf. The lady was the wife of the minister in society, the minister. And because of her severe, passionate love for the boy, she wanted to have a relationship with the help, with the slave. And she compromised everything. Her husband's position, her honor, everything. It wasn't enough that the women, as the ayat said, the verse said, that the women of the city were talking about her. You would think that that would be a deterrent, that she would say, okay, they're talking about me. Oh, I have to get myself together. I'm not going to come out in public. I'm going to move from this place. No. Her love for him was so great that she said, okay, I'm going to come up with a plan. They're saying that? I'll invite all of them later on and give them the dinner. It made her even do more transgression. When you love someone overboard, you compromise your honor. The honor of your family, your father, your deen. And it's not worth it because he's a liar. He may really love you though, and you may love him. But it's not the love that's pure, that Allah puts the barakah in. It's not real. It's platonic. It's infatuation. So, how is it possible that the Muslim girl in her house, she's going to go out Friday, Saturday, the guy comes, he's a Sikh, he's a Hindu, he knocks on the front door and says, hey, is Samina there? Is Aisha there? It's time, I'm here to pick her up. All of the neighbors see it, and they know about her relationship. And she doesn't have enough iman, enough honor, enough respect for her parents, for her deen, to say, no, I can't do this. But instead she says, I love you, and whatever, I'm ready to make any sacrifice for you. Even if it costs me my family, I'll marry you without that. It's not the deen of Islam. That's not the way of an honorable woman. So, loving overboard, brother, sister, it'll make you love. It'll make the brother love, in that he marries a lady. She may be extremely attractive, or she may not be. You love her a lot. But she doesn't wear hijab, and she pushes you down in public, and she talks against you, and she's rough, and she's tough. You have no respect. You'll be one of those men, When you get your paycheck after you graduate from here, first of the month or whenever you get paid, first thing you do is you go and you give her the paycheck. And she's tough with you. And you have to stay with her. And the Prophet of Islam, not Abu Usamah, the hadith said, ثلاثة يدعون الله فلا يستجاب لهم رجل كانت تحت امرأة سيئة الخلق فلم يطلقها. 3 people will make dua to Allah and their dua is not accepted. After salah, doing the salah, in Ramadan, when he's traveling, when he's fasting, when he's at the Kaaba. Other than that, 3 people. The very first person he mentioned was a man who's married to a lady with bad character and he doesn't divorce her. He's making dua, but he doesn't divorce her. He's compromising his deen. When she goes out with hijab, without hijab, he's partly responsible. He's a dayyuth. La yadkhulul jannata dayyuth. That's a hadith. The person who's a dayyuth won't enter into the Jannah. The dayyuth is an Arabic word that means the man who doesn't care about what his women folk are doing. He doesn't ask and he doesn't care. He could be the father, he could be the brother, could be the uncle, he doesn't care. His wife comes and goes whenever, however, with whomever she pleases. And he doesn't say a single word. His daughter, his sister, the dayyuth. Muslims have ghira. That's a word in Islam, Arabic. Ghira. Ghira, ghayra. You know that our Nabi and our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was oppressed by the non-Muslims for all of those years when they expelled him from Medina and he made hijrah. When he went back to Mecca and he conquered Mecca, he went in on his animal and his head was close to the neck of the animal. He went in with humility. He was submissive. He went in. There was no one there to prevent him. Islam took over. He didn't go in the big guns. The young brothers who don't know about how to get down with Allah and they want to clash and it's not time to clash. They don't have the ability to clash. Now is not that time. Being aggressive. You don't do this, we're going to do that. Look at some of these programs that the Muslims are on right now. We give a bad image of Islam. Aggressive. Everyone is upset. He went in humble. He went into the Kaaba and he took a little stick and oud. He went to all of the idols. One by one, he read the ayah, قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقِّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. Tell them, the truth has come and falsehood has disappeared. Verily, falsehood is forever disappearing. He didn't come with a big cannon, make a big statement. He went in with humility. When he got in and he conquered the people, he asked the people of Mecca who beat him up, tried to kill him, killed his companion. He said, hey, you people, what do you think I'm going to do with you? They were afraid. He said, all of you can go. Everybody can go. Whatever you did, you can go. You're free. Caused the people to accept Islam. He said, but there are 3 people I don't exonerate. And this is the point. 3 people I don't give any afu. Afu means to pardon. Allahumma innaka afun wa tuhibbul afwa. Oh Allah, you pardon and you love those who pardon. So pardon us for our many indiscretions and mistakes. Allah is afu. He said, 3 people I don't pardon you. Those 3 people, he told them, if you find them hanging on to the curtain of the Kaaba, deal with them. Who were they? They were 3 men who used to make poetry describing the mahasin and the beauty of his wives. They were lying, making up poetry describing how the wives of the Prophet looked. He had jealousy for his women. He wasn't a dayyuth. That's part of what it is to be a Muslim. Umar al-Khattab saw in a dream something. He came and said, Ya Rasulullah, or the Prophet saw in a dream, Salat al-Fajr. Rasulullah said, Ya Umar, I saw last night in a dream, after Fajr, I saw in a dream that there were some women in Jannah. They were making wudu at a castle, and their arms were exposed, and their shoes, they didn't have anything on their shoe. You could see the place of the wudu. I said to the people, whose house is this in Jannah? They said, Umar al-Khattab. Rasulullah said, when I heard that, I walked away real quick. Umar said, Ya, why did you do that, Ya Rasulullah? He said, I remembered your ghira, your jealousy, Ya Umar, for your women. Umar said, Ya Rasulullah.